this video is for those of you who are trying to apply for a family reunion visa to Italy. Specifically, let's say from Ghana and then Togo to Italy. So those two countries have a visa connection, right? So the information may be similar in your country, but maybe the presentations of the documents. So let's address those who are in Ghana and then as well as Togo. Now, number one, of course, you need the visa form, right? This information is from the VFS portal, so you can easily go out and go and check that. Maybe you've already checked that, but you're not getting an understanding of certain documents that they are trying to see. So here, I will address that for you, right? If you are Ghanaian, what do you need? Is that okay? What do you need? So, we'll send visa. Make sure that we'll comment section, and we'll be glad to respond to that. Of course, you need this one, if you've already experienced it, so many years experiencing or many years in the field, assisting just applicant like you, this is what we have been doing. Is that okay? Now, number one, you need your visa application form. That one, you cannot apply the visa without filling in the form. So you first of all need to fill that. So you download that online and then fill it. Sometimes when you go to the VFS, maybe sometimes they will tell you that, okay, your form is not properly filled. So they will assist you in filling that. So you have to make sure that you always prepare for that. And then at the service charge, is that okay? So you always prepare for that. Now, number two is your passport pictures for white background. For passport picture, white background, and then your biodata, right? So you need to make a photocopy of your biodata, your passport biodata, and then this passport shouldn't be less than 6 months to expire, right? So always, if you want to travel, you have to make sure that you are fully prepared. Also, complete. If you are coming from TikTok, let me know, right? So you have a portal, the same name here, GA Travel Docs, is the same thing on the TikTok. So if you are coming from there, so let me know. Okay. Finally, the next one is the Nula Osta, the original one. So Nula Osta is a document. A document Nippon Italy, no. Provide is an authorization. A 2 mikrata yedi man say or bet me about befa wa Ghana Hanum say that is an authorization letter that given to the person in Italy. So in collaboration with the Italy police or immigration service, and then they issue that letter or a letter, let's call it a letter, an authorization letter that the person can come and bring somebody from his or her home country. Okay, that's the Nula Osta. So this is it. Mostly the Nula Osta is the original one. The person has to send the original one from Italy. But I know that the embassy normally have that information in their system. Is that okay? But recently information reached me that they don't send the original one again. You just need to pick a copy that has been sent to you because it has already been emailed to the embassy. So I'm here to find out. But per what I know, you have to bring the original certificate in the Nula Osta, right? Okay. Now, your birth certificate, the applicant who will apply or Ghana birth certificate has to be legalized. So Italy legalization in Ghana here, or maybe other country, I don't know how it's done in other country, but in Ghana here, you see our birth cert is some of them are electronic signature of the registrar, no signature now. I wish I can show you one here. Hold on, let me see. So let me show you the example of the birth cert that I'm talking about here. So this is one. So this is a typical Ghanaian birth cert that we are talking about. You see the signature at the bottom here. It's mostly endorsed by what? Electronic signature. Is that okay? So mostly normal sign and your pen and I say the sign, right? So the embassy, the Italian embassy in Ghana is saying that they cannot verify the authentication of the document with the electronic signature. So until the only way is would the court, right? Would the court, would the birth cert. Not all the birth certs, so make sure that you always ask first. Not all the birth certs. Would the court, not court, a ball letter. Court a ball letter. they are too soon before they can verify. This is the court letter, right? So this is the court letter. The corner court about letter, they are too soon before they can verify that the birth cert is authentic, right? Okay. Before you can even legalize it, until legalize it, you are now translate it into Italian language, and then followed by Stato de Familiare. So that is a document from your husband or your wife in Italy. A document your husband has to give you that document. He will get it from Italy, so he has to go and then endorse that. Not valid within 6 months, or say valid within 6 months. They know what I'm talking about. Those are in Italy, so they know what I'm talking about. That is a document has to attach to the application. Original one, of course. Original one. It's a certificate. So followed by a sonnet. By the way, if you are enjoying or getting value from this video, the only thing you request from me is to give us a thumbs up and then subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Don't hesitate if you have any question. Who wants to be Sabia? But more I say, type your comment section. If you need our consultation service too, we are always available. Yeah, available all the time. This application, we can assist you from the starting to the finishing. But if you can do that by yourself, just go ahead and then go and do your own thing with the information in the video or any other information is around. The moment over here somebody in the service piano, it's come with what? A fee. Okay. And then family status. So it's one declaration of a family status. When you talk of family status, it's an affidavit. An affidavit, you have to go and declare. And so what are you going to declare? What you are going to declare here is between you and your husband and your children. So maybe I will go school, no way back in school, you see nuclear family and then extended family. So here we are talking about the nuclear family. So between you and your husband. So maybe if you guys have children, how many children do you have? The two of you, that is one. Okay, how many children does your husband also has? And then you as well, how many children do you have? Is that okay? My main concern with you. There was a one application now. Yeah, the lady they did it. I think time you got to a point they were not getting an appointment and some consult here then on how to go about it, and then some documentation be and I'm processing. Some processing no knowing the husband in Italy has a child or on Colombia, back who are Italy and about who are Ghana. And so your family status, the man didn't tell the woman that he has a child in Ghana. Is that okay? It's only the one in Italy. He didn't add that child to the application. So it's only the woman that has one child, and then the husband, and then the woman herself. Into 3 things on the family status. When you go to the application center, you do application center. So during the interview, I'm going to be saying, you see, when you're in Italy, they have your records. So on the man's side too, the man was applying for the child in Ghana here. An application is not part of the woman's application. I don't know if you are getting me. So the man is doing the application for the child separately, without the consent of what? The woman. And so I do interview and say, who is this child? I'm going to find an application and say, why? The woman say she has no idea about that. So they ask him, do you know that your husband also have a child in Italy? He said she has heard it before. So they were asking, why is it that they are not part of the application? Who is taking care of them? What do you know about that? It's a whole lot of a complicated question altogether. Is that okay? A whole lot of a complicated question. So to save your time from that, make sure that you talk to your husband. Or if you don't want to talk to your husband, you need a guideline. You always need to ask before you take a step. Very, very important. Or you find out the hard way. The hard way is that you give it a try for the first time, then you find another ways and then move on and then reapply. And that one it means that you have a lot of time, and then maybe the financial to support, because it involves a lot, right? So this application involves a lot. Now, so that is a family status. So after the family status, you tap that in the form of affidavit. A court declaration status. So it's either by notary public and then the judicial service of Ghana. Right, those are the things. After typing that, you have to send it to those institutions. So of course, this is what we have at the moment. This is judicial service declaration letterhead on the affidavit, right? That is what they accept. Okay. Followed by a clear copy of the old and the new Sergino. So Sergino is and then the Carta de Identità. Those are Ghana Hard and Quebec say Ghana card in voters ID card. Those are the two cards. Whoever is in Spain, did I say Spain? Whoever is in Italy will provide that ID, right? So ID copy. So copy front and back, making two. Okay, I hope you can just be jotting them, or you can always go back to check the video if you have any issue. Now, the passport copies, both old and then the new one of the person in Italy. So let's say your husband is in Italy. The reason why I like using husbands is so most of the applications that we have processed, most of them is the man that is coming for the woman. So one or two occasions that you see that the woman coming for the man. And also it's not that many. So the men are always doing better, right? The woman to those women, I give them the respect, right? You see a genuine marriage, yeah. So you need a passport copy of your husband in Italy, both old and the old one. Let me tell you something. This is the secret behind. The reason why they need the old one and then the new one is that they want to see whether your man came for the marriage. Is that okay? Who husband ever for our arena and I say one back. So make sure that when they are coming at the immigration, they should stamp their passport because they are going to verify. That is the secret behind it. Is that okay? They are going to check your passport whether you were present at the marriage, right? And so passport and then they will see a stamp in that. If there is no stamp in that passport, maybe you may be requested to go and provide a travel history from the immigration service. It's a whole lot of complicated. So you have to ask if you want to do the right thing, right? You always need to ask. Book a consultation. How much will you pay for a consultation for someone to guide you? Or maybe this video can be your consultation. Yeah, you are not giving us a thumbs up, now that you are commenting under the video or recommending. You just free information, then you are going. But for further assistance, you need to talk to someone, right? Or if you feel that you are okay, you can just move ahead and then process your application. Okay. So one passport picture of the one in Italy. So if your husband is in Italy, make sure that they add a passport. Of course, a white background. Is that okay? A white background passport picture of what your husband. And a photocopy of his birth certificate must be added to the application, right? Photocopy of his birth certificate. Yeah. Okay, so these are the general requirements that you must provide when you are applying for your family reunion visa. Is that okay? These are the general ones. So now let's dive into the spouse and then the children and then as well as the parents. So these are the three situations that may happen if you want to come for, or when you talk of a family reunion. In this case, so for a Ghanaian passport holder or a Togolese passport holder, let's talk about the spouse one. Our rare. What are some of the stories? Of course, you need a marriage certificate. This marriage certificate is the ordinance. The one in court, the one you guys have endorsed in court. So they need the evidence. Travel is all about evidence. You have to provide evidence to show where is the evidence. So your marriage certificate, the ordinance marriage certificate is the one that we are talking about. It must be legalized, right? Also, first of all, you have to legalize that. If you don't know how to legalize that, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try and do a video on how to legalize documents to Italy, right? So you first of all need to gather things that you need to gather. So with this one, the man said, Carta de Identità, passport for the two, passport photocopies, and then as well as my marriage pictures, right? So, or maybe family pictures. Is that okay? Marriage pictures or family pictures, the two of you, that's a snap. Last time someone called me that they don't have pictures for their program, they can't find it. So some people have been doing police extract to claim that either their things got damaged or something like that, to be added to the application. Is that okay? That is very, very simple and straightforward. That is some of the things that we found that people have been doing, right? Okay, so you need these things to be added to your application to go and submit for the legalization, right? You book an appointment at the VFS portal and then submit it to the VFS. They will send it to the embassy for them to legalize. So when it is ready, and then you get that. And my quick advice here, make sure that all your documents are ready before you even try and book an appointment for the submission. Okay. And yes, I was okay. Now, what again? So remittance. Remittance is the financial transaction between the two of you, right? So I'm Nana, you are Nana, yeah. So I'm Nana in Italy, you are Nana, yeah, in Ghana. So when I'm sending the money, it reflects in my name, and then your name also reflects in the system. So I'm going to print statements now. When they are adding the statement, you can see that the two names are reflecting on the financial transaction. It is not the single receipt that they have been giving you in Ghana here or in Togo. Right? It's not that receipt. It's not just that receipt. It goes beyond that. So the one in Italy can attend to the office where he or she has been sending the money to. That you need a financial statement that he has been sending to you in your name. They will print it for that person and stamp it. That makes it more valid than that. You see, the single receipt, most of the embassies don't accept the single receipt because it can be fraud, it can be created. They don't want that. So the one in Italy can go to the office where maybe tap now even is a electronic transaction. That one they will accept it. They just print a PDF and then attach it, or maybe small word. I don't know which one the person has been using. There, you just need to go to the office and tell them that you need your financial transaction. For my wife, for my husband, they will print it for you, and then you attach it to the application. Now, what again? If there's an additional document, so additional document here is that after listening to all this, you have any special case, right? You have any special case you want to address, you can just add that document to it. Is that okay? Maybe a case like you are not finding the how do you call it? Your pictures, your wedding pictures. So you are adding the police extra to it, or you can even make a declaration and then attach it to the application, right? So when you get to the interview, you just need to explain yourself about it. Okay, so that is for a couple or a marriage people. You see, if you are married people, and then this is the information that you need, save journey. So what we are saying here is that bye-bye, right? So we are giving you bye-bye from this video. We are done with it, right? But if you want to go further, and then let's come to, you are going with your child, or you are going with your children, or you are applying for your children, and then stay here. And then after the children, then the next one is going to be a parent, right? Okay, now let's look at the aspect of the children, right? Okay, let's look at the aspect of the children. How do we go about it? Aside the general information, you see where I've listed those information from this one. So these are the documents that you need to add up when you are applying for your child. Okay, so the original guardian permission to travel. So what it means is that you're trying to say the father is in Italy, the mother is in Ghana with the child, and then they want to, let's look at 3 cases, right? So where the mother is in Ghana, both parents are in Italy, or both parents are separated, right? With her and with a different country. Is that okay? Now, so the first part, that is a declaration, a consent. We call it a consent. Your friend a consent. Consent means that you are giving an approval. You are giving an authority that you've accepted. Ujitum say the father or the child can travel and go and live with the father without any objection. So it's a letter of a declaration at the notary public, and then it will be endorsed by what? The court, right? So it will be endorsed by the Judicial Service of Ghana. and then finally translated into Italian language. So that is a declaration. So if you need that declaration or you don't know how to, once again, anything that you don't understand in this video, just make sure that you comment in the comment section. If you need an assistance, so we are ready to assist in all your documents, even till the submission, right? So we are available for that. That is one. So you are giving a declaration that, okay, the child can go, the children can move, and then go and do that, or go and join their father in Italy. Okay, if you are in Ghana, so there are alternatives. Either you apply to, you do that declaration, and then, or secondly, you can go in person with the child or your children to go and sign and declare at the embassy. Is that okay? They have that service as well. So you go and sign that you've accepted. You don't have any issue. So you just sign, then they will move ahead and then do that for you. Is that okay? They will do that for you. So let's look at the second case. The second case is when the mother is not in Ghana. Is that okay? So the mother is not in Ghana. Let's say the father is in Italy, and then the mother is in which country? Mention your country in the comment section below. Let's see. The mother is in UK. I've seen a case like that before. Yeah, I think last 2 months. Yeah, I've seen a case. So all I have to do here is that the mother has to go to the consulate, the representative body or the embassy in UK, then telling the embassy people that she wants to make a declaration that she has no objection, so that the child can travel to go and live with the father in Italy. Is that okay? This case is when the child is in Ghana, child in Abafano or Ghana, and I will for no Montemo Atete. If you will be a warrior, will be a tiny baby, will be a bonny bra, what I say, a bra bonny there. It's a whole lot of issue, right? So that is how you have to go. She has to go. You see, the two of them has to be in one agreement before they can pick the child, because Abba Friday, so two people coming together to bring a child. The same way two people also agree that on the child movement. Is that okay? That is what we call what? The consent. So the woman has to go to the consulate of the Italian embassy in his or her country, and then to go and do that declaration over there. Is that okay? So when they are done, to be translated into Italian language and then forwarded to the applicant or the father to be added to the document. Is that okay? All right. Okay. So that is it. So which one again? All right, so in a case where the two of them are not available in Ghana, so maybe let's say mostly about Friday under 18 years, that is what we are talking about. So under 18, that person is a minor. So in the case the two of them are not available, and then they need a third person, a representative, not even a legal guardian, a representative just like us, and then you want us to represent you and then submit your application on your behalf. We need an authorization letter. That is what people have been doing. That is what we do. You have to give us an authority letter, or say, my authorization letter to be added to the application. Is that okay? Is an authorization letter given to us that we can act on your behalf. And it is legal, you have to sign. This one has to be signed by both parents. Right? Also, we sign, now we should sign, now what you have to, then you give it to her with our ID details and everything on it. And then before that person can act on your behalf with your child. Right? Okay, so that is it. That is for the children. And then, what again? So if your child is a student, you need to provide a school certificate and a weighing card. And then, in case of the dates are not tallying up. So what I mean by the date, a child is born from 9 months. So the maximum is 9 months according to the sciences, and then according to the nature. Some people go beyond that. But if the embassy check the calculation and then find out that, okay, this child was born somewhere, then the father also traveled in this, the dates are not tallying up, you have to do a DNA test, right? So you have to do a DNA. So a DNA, that is the only way to prove that this child is your child. It's okay, sweet. I'll save that for another video. So you make sure that you speak the truth when they are starting the application, because this involves a lot, a time wasting, the money. So when make sure that you tell your husband as soon as possible to avoid anything in the long run. Yeah, won't be. You just make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'll give you all the updates and anything that you have to know. Is that okay? So say that as early as possible. Okay, so that will be under for children, right? So that will be for the children. So let's talk about the parents, right? So maybe you want to come for your parents. Yeah, you are here, you want to come for your parents. So you need the original affidavit. That's the affidavit, that's the public notary or the court affidavit to declare that your family status. Is that okay? So this family status is going to include everybody in the family. Everybody, as in both those who are within the local country and then what the foreign country. So everybody must come inside the declaration, right? So signed by the one in Ghana here, the applicant who is applying. Maybe if in this case you are coming for your mother has to sign that, or the other way around. Okay, so copy of what? A verifiable money transfer. So that is a remittance. So okay, Omaniska. And our woman is scarce. So it must be a transaction between you and your dad or your parents. Okay. That is the only way to prove that when your father comes there, you should be able to take care of him or her if it's your mother. And then this transaction must be at least 3 years transaction. Don't do that mistake and say 6 months and then the America say, "But I want me to know." Is that okay? So at least you have to be sending that person money for the past, let's say 3 years. Yeah, at least 3 years. That is what the portal says as at today. Is that okay? Which question do you have? Have you gained any benefit from this video? Why don't you just give us a thumbs up and a comment if you have any special questions below. We'll be glad to assist you. Now, it's likely that I upload videos on Italian applications these days, so don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel once again. So I'll be talking about those who are having Italian passport, right? So the application is a little bit different from those who are having the Ghanaian or a Togolese passport who want to come for their family. You see, the documents that will be needed from you will not be the same document that will be needed from the one having an Italian or EU passport. Is that okay? It's different. So national issues are different from immigrant issues here. So you make sure that you stay here. If you want to have that, you're having that problem, just comment in the comment section. So national, so maybe national, yeah, national, or you can even comment Italian, right? So those two words, national or Italian, so I'll know that your requirement is different from here. Thank you for watching this video.